Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, March 15th. It is 6:18 right now. Market's going to open in about 12 minutes. Let me go and set up this room real quick, and then we can get started with our analysis for the day. All right, set up right here. All right, solid. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, cool. Everything looks good. All right, I'll give it a few minutes for people to make their way in. All right, cool. Good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, March 15th. It is 6:20 right now. Market's going to open in about 10 minutes. So I'll give it a few more minutes for people to make their way in, and then we'll get started with our session this morning. Morning, Peter. Morning, Patrick. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Miles. Morning, Kenneth. Morning, Brenda. Morning, everybody. I'm going to start off by drawing liquidity right now, since people are still making their way in. Once people are in the room, I will start going over my analysis of the retail sentiment, fundamentals, and technicals to confirm, what our overall bias will be for the day. Obviously, the war is still going on, so the bias is probably going to be pretty bearish as usual. I don't really see any changes with regard to the war. So, we're going to be in this hole for a while, which is okay because we are trading both ways. So there's a ton of liquidity down here, though, if you guys can see, like a lot. So this will be beneficial for us since we have some sort of direction. All right, morning, Andreas. Morning, Matt. Morning, Jennifer. Morning, Funmi. Morning, Rami. Morning, Jez. Morning, everybody. So it's 6:21 right now. Market's going to open in about 9 minutes. Looks like there's a good amount of people in here. So let's get started with our analysis for this morning. Right now, currently, retail sentiment is 59% long. It's indicating that there are 59% of retail traders in the market who are buying at the moment. With that said, there is fundamentals at 200 points in the green. So again, today, guys, it's conflicting. Retail sentiment is indicating that we should take a sell, while the fundamentals are currently indicating that we should take a buy. However, when the market does open, this can easily change to a sell. So with that said, again, today we're going to have to focus on the technicals confirming the direction, and then we'll trade in that direction, whether it be a buy or whether it be a sell. For the most part, we're probably going to be looking for sells because there's so much liquidity on the bottom side right here. So it looks like price will likely be dropping as the market opens and continues to move along for New York session. Going over here to the clean chart, I'm going to go and draw the liquidity here as well. So same situation. There's a lot of liquidity on the bottom side over here. I think there was news this morning as well regarding inflation. So we will go over that. And I'll mark up some of the news prices here as we take that into consideration. with market open. So it's 6:23 right now. We still have about 7 minutes. If you guys are just rejoining the room or just joining the room for this morning, we did look at retail sentiment. It was indicating we should take a sell. It has a sell bias. However, the fundamentals do have a bullish bias. So they're conflicting, and we're going to have to use the technicals here to confirm the current direction so that we know which bias to follow along. Meanwhile. So there we go with the clean chart. I'm going to mark up opening price, which is 630. Right there. I'm going to go and take a look at the news this morning. So refreshing the news, we had inflation news this morning at 5:30. Inflation was bad. It was all red news. So I do think this is going to have a late reaction to the market. The price is probably going to drop on open. Negative PPI, negative core PPI, negative Empire State Manufacturing Index. Everything is pretty much red for the most part. So at 5:30 was when news came out. I'm going to go and draw a line right there. So 5:30 was right over here. Yeah, news came out at 5:30 and price actually did the opposite. It went up. So I think this was a manipulated push to the upside. I'm sure a lot of people saw the negative news and people were anticipating price to actually drop. However, price went up and it stopped a lot of people out. As you guys can see right here, it's pretty obvious. This is a manipulated move. There's no reason for price to push up on news when literally all the news is red. So with that said, I do see price correcting right back down to this pink line right here. So if we get a breakout for a sell, I will probably be taking that sell, especially if it drops back down to that pink line right there. So we'll be following along with that. Let me get the line over here as well for the markup chart. I'm gonna delete this right here because it keeps moving around. And we got about 5 minutes till market open. So morning, Maria. Morning, Peter. Morning, Steven. Morning, everybody. Yeah, Peter and Rami both confirmed bad news. So like it definitely, negative news all around. Anton said, I'm here. Right time today, geez. Yeah, Anton's here on time with the daylight savings. Morning, Ruin. Morning, Dell. Morning, everybody. Nick said my power keeps going down. Damn. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Peter said, damn, Kyiv set for a 35-hour curfew after missile strikes, EU delegation traveling to Ukraine. Anton said, hey, Nick, it's Biden's fault. But your power keeps going out. Let me see what else we got over here. These updates. All right, so looking pre-market, pretty much everything's bullish right now. So the Dow is up 179 points. S&P's up about 30 points. NASDAQ's up 125 points. Oil's currently down 7 points, and the 10-year bond is down 2%, which is pretty bad. As you guys can see right here, here's the update that Peter mentioned. Kyiv set for a 35-hour curfew after missile strikes, EU delegation traveling to Ukraine. As you guys can see right here, about 16 minutes ago, it said Russia-Ukraine talks resume. 23 minutes ago, U.S. Defense Secretary Austin heads to NATO meeting. Bunch of cars left in Mariupol. 24 minutes ago, Kyiv mayor says 4 were killed in Russian airstrikes. See, and the thing with this, guys, that really sucks and is crazy is that they're like attacking innocent people, right? They're not attacking like the freaking, like the state capitol and stuff. They're attacking like these apartment buildings. It says right here, fires try to extinguish a fire after residential buildings hit by Russian attack. Which I mean is pretty crazy. Because I was following along. I watched CNBC on the actual news live every morning, and like a lot of their airstrikes are like, or their missile strikes are like, they're unguided. They're just like shot randomly into Ukraine, which ends up hitting a lot of innocent people. It's crazy. Couldn't imagine what's going on. Charles said, Sean Bro said he can't get into the Zoom. Charles, have Maddie do it again. I didn't see him try to join. It might have been a connection issue on his end. Oh, he's right there. Yeah, okay. So Maddie's here. Cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Morning, morning, everybody. Market's going to open in about 2 minutes, guys. So as I mentioned earlier, we're looking for a possible sell here. We do have a sell momentum, so we just need to have a strong red candle to push to the downside. If we get a strong red candle, then I'll probably take the breakout today. I mean, who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll take it because I'm looking for a strong sell. There's a lot of liquidity down here. Also, the news price down here. This was a manipulated push to the upside. I do see it coming back down, at some point, because there's no reason for it to go up. There's literally no reason. All the news this morning was bad, so I don't expect it to go up. What we might get in the beginning is we might get a manipulated push to the upside, because I do anticipate a lot of people trying to take a sell as well. So you might get a manipulated push to the upside, and then it'll come back down. I do think today, though, it's going to come down. There's a lot of liquidity below here. There's like no liquidity up here. And I do see it reversing back to the downside. It's going to have like a late reaction to the news. So morning, Jay, morning, Jonathan, morning, Saren, morning, Jason, morning, Lisa, morning, everybody. All right, market is opening in about 15 seconds. So when the market opens, we will confirm the direction, and then we will go from there. All right, so there we go. As price pushes to the upside, I probably wouldn't be looking to take any buys today, guys. So if we do get a buy here for the breakout, I'm definitely not going to take it, and I don't recommend anyone else take it either, because I do see this as a manipulated push. I do think price is going to come right back down. Going over here to the fundamentals. Fundamentals are currently up about 200 points, but I'm still not going to be convinced that I should be taking any buys right now, because I do see it coming back down, unless I get a confirmation that bias has really confirmed to the upside, but I don't really see that happening. So if this does close as a strong green candle, this would technically be the breakout. However, it's one that I don't recommend anyone take, including you, Steven. I don't think it's one that you should take, but if you want to take it, feel free. Maybe use a smaller lot size. I know you're using demo right now, so you can play around with it, but if this is your real account, I don't recommend people take this crazy risk right here. So here is the breakout if it closes. I wouldn't consider this a strong candle because it has a big wick right here on the top end. So I wouldn't consider this a breakout entry. The wick there is just too big. So I would hold off on that. And I do expect it to come crashing right back down. As you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity down here. So this candle right here, I know for me, I personally don't see it as a strong green candle. I don't know if some of you guys do consider this a strong green candle. Usually I need little to no wick on the top side. This wick here is like almost half the size of the body. It's why I didn't consider it the breakout. But I mean, either way, I wouldn't be looking to take a sell here. I mean, a buy here at all. I'm looking to take a sell. So we'll see where this goes right here. Price is still breaking above. About 5 seconds left on this candle right here. So again, guys, this is a trade that I don't recommend anyone take. I will mark it up for you guys here, specifically for Steven, because I know he likes taking this breakout, but I personally would not take it myself because I do see this as a manipulated push to the upside. I could see a lot of people here thinking to take a sell because all of the news this morning was negative, and I can see price just continuing to be pushed upwards as they stop more people out. But eventually I do see it coming right back down. So this is technically the breakout right here, but it's not one that I would recommend. Steven, if you're in this position, I do recommend moving your stop loss in profit now, or exit when you reach your goal, because it's going to hit TP right there. So it looks like you should have hit your goal by now. There you go, full TP off the breakout. So if you guys caught it, congrats to you guys. I'm not willing to take that type of risk right now, especially with all of the indicators, not really indicators here, but indicators as to retail sentiment, as to news, as to just the market in general. I don't really see it pushing up too much further. So Yeah, exactly. Jonathan said lure in the buyers and crash. Exactly. I don't expect it to continue pushing to the upside. I know the index here is pretty bullish, but I don't think this is going to be holding for very long. You can see Chevron here is down pretty bad, and we'll see where it goes. Anyways, we have the high right here established. So congrats whoever caught this trade. I'm still going to be a bit careful today because everything's pointing towards a sell. I'm going to mark this up as a high right here. I wouldn't be surprised if price comes all the way back down and comes back to this pink line over here. So this might be the high where price starts to drop back below. I'm going to go and mark up opening price, which is 630 right there. And there we go. As price starts to make its way back down to some extent. So we'll see where it goes from here. But I won't be too surprised if it comes back down. It's just going to be a matter of patience and waiting for this confirmation. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for price to either come back down, or if it does continue to push up, I'm looking for a confirmation. So I'm looking for price to push above, retest, and confirm. If we get this, then maybe we can start looking for some buys. However, right now I'm not looking for buys at all because I do think price can come back down, which it currently is right here. I'm not really FOMOing into this trade at all. I'm going to wait for it to actually drop and confirm, a direction, because this can easily just swing right back up. But I do expect it to, to come down to some extent. Price might go into a range here, and then if it does go into range, that's fine, because then it can start to establish a squeeze, which will in turn turn into a breakout to the upside or to the bottom side. So I do want it to range right here, or create some sort of range so that I can create a low at this point. And then when that happens, I can confirm the confirmation, whether I'm looking for a bullish confirmation or a bearish confirmation. For the most part, I'm looking for a bearish confirmation, but we'll see where it goes from there. Anyways, we'll give it some time, let it carry along, and then once it confirms, we can start trading in that direction. Talanji said a 3-minute V3. Yeah, technically there's a 3-minute V3 that's currently running off a 3-minute, not one that I would necessarily be in. Well, I mean, it's too late for me to be in it, but yeah, it looks like it's on its way to TP down there. And we'll see where it goes from here. Other than that, let me see. Kind of tempted to catch like the last push of this if I can. Let me see how far is this from here. Yeah, it's still kind of far. Market's a bit risky to be taking some speculative trades at the moment, guys. So I'd be very careful about entering any positions here. Because, as I was mentioning, I do think price is going to come down, but I think price might be ranging around this area for a while before it actually does drop. So I would just be a bit careful with, let me see what the spread's looking like right now too. Spread is currently 110. So spread's not that bad right now. See, 5-minute pending. So we do have that 3-minute. That's, I mean, technically currently, oh, this is not even 3-minute. This is the 1-minute. Sorry. Let me go over here real quick. So this is the actual 3-minute. Pivots, hello. So this is the actual 3-minute right here. the spread's looking like? Looks like the spread's kind of bouncing around a lot right now. No, it's actually spread's still at 100 pips or so. Trying to see where it's at. Thinking about taking a speculative trade just to catch the last drop over here. At least if I catch a little bit of it. So I'm probably gonna try to catch a little bit of this right here. I entered for a sell. Let me see where I'm at. And this is not one that I recommend you guys take. I'm just telling you guys I'm probably looking to take a little bit of this right here if I can. Just like 100 pips or so. Man, this thing's super volatile. All right, let's go back to the 1 minute. So the thing is, I do think price is going to come down. This is why I'm kind of tempted to just catch a little push of it here, but I mean, we don't have a confirmation. Now price is now in a range. So you can see right here on the 1 minute that price is currently now in a range. I haven't entered into the trade yet. I was trying to enter into it, but see where it's currently at. This thing is super volatile. Nice. John said he did a 1 minute and got out at 32 points. But this thing is pretty volatile right now. If you guys are watching it, and it's currently in a range. So see where it goes from this point. Yeah, fake out here on the 5. There's no entry. The 3 is still currently running, but it is bouncing around a lot. Barack said hanging it up for the day. Don't want to wreck it. Cheers, team. Yeah, no, which is a smart move, Barack, especially with the volatility right now. We don't have the confirmation yet of the bias for a buy or a sell. I'm still trying to get in for maybe like a little push, like maybe 100 pips or so. But price is now within a range. So as you guys can see the range right here, this, I mean, it's obviously the range. Price is pushing sideways right here. I'm going to catch a little bit of it, but there's a lot of speculation right here because the volatility is very high. Nice. Nick said he just took a quick 300 off that range. Now just waiting for the move, which is a smart decision on your end. Yes. All right. I took the trade right there. I had a little sell stop. I made 1,600 off this little drop right here. Damn, I could have held it. I would have made like, could have made 2,000 or 3,000 off that, but it's all good. All right. So as I mentioned before, guys, there's no entries that are available right now. Price is just ranging within this area. We do expect it to drop, which it's doing right now. Damn, I should have just held on to it. I would have made like 5,000 off this. Well, whatever. It is what it is. I made about 1,690. I will take a screenshot. And there we go. Price is dropping just like I anticipated, right? I told you guys, don't take any buys. Wait for it to drop. And here we go. Price is now back at opening price. And I wouldn't be surprised if it drops all the way back to news price right here. It's correcting back down. So this whole time right here was a fake out. It was all a manipulated move. They were luring in buyers, but we knew price was going to drop, right? So here we go. Price is dumping pretty heavy. Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks, Talanji. Talanji said A1 analysis. Let's go. Yeah, so this is exactly what I was anticipating, right? So if you guys have been paying attention from open, you know, there's no reason for price to be pushing up like this. Literally, news here was all negative. The war is not getting any better. Like there's actually worse stuff going on in the war right now. The CNBC just reported, you know, a gain, which whenever they report something, price usually does the opposite. So everything pointed towards this being manipulation, which it clearly was. Price is getting pushed up. People are getting trapped, like lured into these buys. Once people got trapped up here, prices dumped, and all these people got stopped out for whoever chased the buy there. for a big drop of like 1,200 pips. So hopefully you guys listened to my analysis and you guys didn't chase any buys, because I did mention that I'm definitely not looking for buys. And you made profit off this speculative sells here, which you guys could have taken. So let me take a screenshot of my profits real quick. Just show you guys what I locked in off that. Didn't lock in a crazy amount, but I got to get what I can get with, obviously this type of market, which is kind of been garbage lately. But this is expected for a wartime, the market like this. And I actually had a TP set, so I'll show you. It was a quick move too. So like if you knew what you were doing, you could have caught it. Obviously this trade's not going to count as an official trade because I didn't tell anybody to take it. But this here was a 3 minute. It blasted right through it. So this is my markup right here. I was just trying to catch a little push. And I locked in some pretty nice profit off that. If you guys have profits, go ahead and send them in the group. I'll be posting mine as well shortly. Just give me a few seconds to post this up. I'm still looking for trades as well. But as you can see, it's now confirming. So price did break below here. It came for a retest. Now we just need a confirmation. So we need price to break and close below this point right here. If price closes below this line, then our confirmation for a sell has confirmed. So it's just a matter of time. Once it closes, we're good to go, which looks like it's going to. So there we go. There's our bearish bias. We're definitely looking for sells now at this point. Let me just post up my profits real quick. So thankfully for my account, I was able to catch in some pretty solid profit off that. So here is my my accounts here. My main account right here with the green strip, you can see it hit my TP. This is my main FTMO account. I made 1,690 off that one trade there. I also made 1,390 off my copier. Here's my MFF, made a profit of 1,500. And then my other MFF right here made a profit of 1,500 as well. So great profits all around, guys. Hopefully you guys locked in something there. Looking over here, it looks like a lot of you guys did actually. So right here, we got Mark over here locked in a total of 8,150, 8,185. So nice work off that. Mark, Barack over here locked in a total of 8,359 total for the day. So very nice move right there. Barack, looks like you caught the breakout earlier this morning. Slava over here currently up 3,913. Great work, Slava. Scotty over here locked in a total of 655 off that sell that we were just looking at, the 3 minute V3. And then Dell over here, looks like he locked in a couple scalps, total of 1,214. So great work right there, Dell. Sam over here as well. Sam locked in a total of 2,033 off the sell that we just took right now. So great work right there, Sam. And other than that, I think, let's see, any other profits here? See, Rami over here locked in a total of 381. Nice work, Rami. Took that sell as well. Sam over there 2,000, and then my trades over here as well. So great work, guys. Everyone did pretty solid off that little sell right there. If you guys wanted to take the risk, looks like you guys did come up pretty nicely. Maddie over here as well, up 295. Nice work, Maddie. His other account locked in 200. And then his main account right here locked in 1,777. So great work right there too, Maddie. Solid profits. Charles over here too, locked in 347. So nice work off that account, Charles. And then his other account, 445. Great, guys. So nice profits all around. If you guys have anything else to share, feel free. I'll add them to the list. Otherwise, we will start looking for any possible sells at this moment. So with price pushing up right here, we're going to look for it to come back down. We need a retracement signal anyways. If price ends up closing above this opening price, then we're going to have to reset that bias confirmation. If it rejects off it though, that's completely fine. We just can't have price break and close above this area. If that's what happens, then we're going to have to go again for another confirmation of bias, because price is basically going to break back into this area where it was prior. But yeah, other than that, we will be looking for some sort of confirmation here. And then once we get that, we'll be pretty solid. But as you guys can see over here, price is now back into the range. So let me see, I'm gonna do some updates right here. Yeah, guys, I mean, great profits overall. I mean, the market's super risky right now, and it's been risky for the past 2 weeks. It's kind of unfortunate. Well, it's all based off the war, guys. Like a lot of this stuff is all based off the war. Usually we already have some sort of bias in the market, but with the war going on, the price goes back and forth. And it's all good. So Milzon over here, unfortunately, Milzon ate some losses, but it's okay. Just like Milzon said, you know, losses are part of the process, staying positive. It looks like he might have gotten caught in the retracement, which is okay. It happens, or like maybe some sort of spike to the upside. So it's all good. Small loss right there, Milzon. He'll be right back. Jason said trucker trader. So Jason over here, he's probably driving his truck right now. If you guys know Jason, he drives an 18-wheeler. Like he does deliveries and stuff like that. So he's driving and he made 2,752 while driving. So great work right there, Jason. Looking over here at Stern locked in a total of 411 euros right there off his account. So great work. And then David over here off his funded account made 110. So great work right there too, David. All right, guys, that's it for the profits right now. As you can see, price unfortunately broke right back up above opening price. So our bearish bias is no longer valid at the moment. We need price to come right back below and confirm it, which is okay. Stuff like this happens, right? Fake outs will happen both ways. Unfortunately, the market today has been faking out just like it's been yesterday. We were expecting it to move a bit smoother, but you can see the clear fake outs right here, right? You can like, if you just look at it like from a bird's eye view, you can see price right here is squeezing. Fake out, fake out, fake out, fake out, fake out. And here we are back over here. So price actually didn't close. I mean, technically it's slightly closed above this area, but I mean, we'll see where it goes from here. Well, we can possibly catch some sells if we have any confirmation, but we don't have a retracement signal. So either way, price is going to have to push up to get above this area right here and give us an opposite buy signal. So we'll see. I mean, I still have a bearish bias for the day overall, but the technical bias right now is not indicating that it's going to be bearish right now. It's just kind of going back and forth. So now you can see price is just bouncing around opening price. So if you guys forgot, this blue line right here is opening price. This is where market opened right here at 6:30. So when market opened, it faked out to the upside, then it faked out to the downside. And look where price is currently at. It's right back at the blue line. So it's like price never went anywhere. This was all fake out. This is all fake out. And it's back to where it was originally on market open. So all we can do at this moment is just watch and wait for, you know, confirmation here. Solange said, it feels weird when sentiment is long. I'm used to them trying to short the all-time high. No, same here, Solange. And it's weird because there's so much stuff going on in the world and it's still trying to, you know, reach for an all-time high. Like a lot of people would never expect all-time highs to be reached during wartime, right? And, you know, here we are. I mean, we're not anywhere near it, but it is pushing up. So you can see here on the daily chart, and we're not that near it, but it's still pushing up when it should probably be going down. So like looking here on the 1 hour, price is dropping, but it's not necessarily like dumping like how it should be during wartime. All right, 1 minute running, or Maddie said snipe running currently. So let me go over here and check. Yeah, so there's a buy snipe that's running right now, but not one that I would take because I was mentioning earlier, guys, I'm not looking to take any buys right now. I don't think buys are a good move at the moment. I think price is going to continue dropping. So I wouldn't recommend taking them. If you guys want to take it, feel free to take because it can probably retrace up a little bit before coming back down. And it's not really like a crazy move either. It's like, it's going to be half of this red candle right here. So, I mean, if you guys want to take it, feel free. That's a 10-minute snipe, not one that I would personally recommend taking. I would probably just wait for it to come back down. Let me clean this up a little bit over here. And the main reason why I wouldn't really recommend taking it is because if you just look at price right now, it's just ranging. It's not really doing anything. If price was continuing to push to the upside, then yeah, of course, I would maybe take that buy there for the snipe. But you could even see right here on the clean chart that price is just ranging. It's not even ranging. It's just consolidating right here where opening price is. So this blue line right here is where price opened, and price is just going alongside here. So that's why I wouldn't want to take it, because you can see right here. So price was squeezing right here, right? And after it's done squeezing, it's going to break out. So it's either going to break out to the upside or it's going to break out to the downside. Or you might get a fake out like this where it breaks out up, then it breaks out down, and then it goes all the way back up. So as you can see right here, price is just doing nothing. It's going right down this blue line. So I wouldn't recommend anyone force any trades. I mean, I know it sucks that we have to wait for these entries to come up or wait for these confirmations, but that's going to be your best option, guys. You guys do not want to, you don't want to force anything and then end up on the wrong side of the market. John's asking, isn't 10-minute a V3? Let me go there real quick. Yeah, so this is actually a V3 for a sell. So I know there's a snipe, there's conflicting entries here, and this is why I wouldn't take a trade, because there's a conflicting entry for a buy here for a snipe, and then there's also an entry right here for, I mean, it's too big of a move, so it's not one that I would take, but there's two entries running against each other. There's a snipe and there's also a V3 here. The only problem with this V3 right here is that it's going to come in and touch the sessions right here. And when it does come touch the sessions over here, it can do one of two things. It'll either bounce off it or it'll break through and hit TP. So, I mean, there's a lot of different confirmations here that you guys can use to identify your entries. Whenever we have opposite entries like this, I mean, it could be really messy, right? So I'm not really looking to take any trades until we have any actual direction. Nice, 13. So 13 said I'm up 2K. Thanks for the analysis, G. Yeah, definitely, 13. I'm glad to see that you guys are in profit. A lot of you guys here make profit off just my analysis. I know there's no entries that are available, but a lot of you guys, if you guys just listen to my analysis and you know what to do with it, you guys can easily make some profit trading one way or the other. I know a lot of you guys don't know how to take your own trades yet, or maybe not a lot of you guys, maybe like a lot of you new guys that are here, you guys don't know how to base trades off my analysis, but it's all right. The longer that you guys are part of K2 and the more that you guys stay consistent with these live sessions, you guys are going to see my analysis play out pretty much every day. And the more and more you see my analysis, the easier it is going to be for you guys to take speculative trades. And I call them speculative because they're entries based off no specific strategy. They're kind of just washing the charts and identifying where I'm marking price or like where I think price is going to go, and then taking trades off that. For the most part, it's going to be a lot of these things where I have scenarios, right? Like in some situations right here where I have a scenario, like for right here, when price was dropping out, I indicated that price was going to drop and possibly come down and test the pink line right here, right? I know some people took that as some sort of indication that price was going to drop, and a lot of you guys took sells right here, and then vice versa. I mentioned that when this bearish bias was invalidated, some of you guys took some buys here, and if you guys took the buys, you guys would have locked in some profit here as well. So, I mean, it goes both ways. It's up to you guys to have the ability to understand my analysis, but it's not very difficult because I do explain pretty in detail where I think price is going, why I think price is going in that direction, and why I'm waiting for my entries here. So Anton said, I just close my eyes and push buttons like Rick. Where's Rick? Is Rick here today? Yeah, Rick's not here today. Yeah, Rick's actually not here today. It's not today's dead. Rick's probably at work, but he's not in the live session today, which is surprising. He's here like every day. Probably has a deal this morning. like normal work. Steven's asking, is the V3 we take now? So Steven, I don't know if you're like listening to any of my analysis here. Steven, we're not looking to take any trades at the moment. I kind of explained why we're not taking anything, because there's no bias in the market. So no, there's no V3 here that we're taking at all. I'm just analyzing things. Oh yeah, no, for sure, Maddie. Actually, no, that's right, Maddie. I think you're pretty on point with that. Yeah, no, I definitely think that you're whatever. It is what it is. Not gonna help. Anyways, yeah, TJ or Kalanji said back-to-back snipe. It's time to sit on my hands. Yeah, so looking over here at the 10-minute, yeah, it's gonna be a double. Like there's gonna be another snipe here if this closes, but it's not one that I would. So let's see. Here's a clean chart right here. Nice. Yeah, Charles said 1 minute V3 buy full TP. So guys, check this out right here. So this was the you can see that price broke above here. If this closes above here, then the bias is going to shift to a bearish bias to bullish bias. So like we had the break right here, price broke above it. Just mark it up right here. Or I mean, it's not going to matter because price is coming right back down. But I was going to say because price broke above here, it retested. We were looking for price to break and close above here, which it didn't do so. So with it failing to do so, it did not confirm the switch in bias to the buy side. So we'll keep following along right here, or maybe it will. So what we're looking for right here is we're looking for price to close above this area, which it looks like it could be. We got about 15 seconds left. If price does close above this area, then this may confirm a bullish confirmation of bias, but it does need to close above that line. All right, so it did. So here comes the confirmation, guys. So like right here, same thing as we looked at below. We had price breaking close above here. We had the retest. Now close above here again for the confirmation. So what we can look at now is if we see an entry here for a buy, we can possibly take a buy. I do think it's going to be a bit risky, but where I can see price maybe going is coming back to retest this area above here. So as long as price stays above this area right here, this line specifically, then the bullish bias is still confirmed. If price does close back below here, then it's going to invalidate that bias. As you can see, price has been super choppy right there. It's broken below. It hasn't closed yet though. So you can see right here, it's bouncing back and forth. If it closes below here, it's going to be invalid. But if it stays above here and continues to push up, then it's going to confirm that bullish bias, where I think price may likely push to the upside and test the liquidity up above here. So there we go. Price is playing today. It came right back below and it invalidated it. So again, no bias. We had a bullish bias for like maybe one candle or two candles, and then now price is coming right back down to opening price right here. So it's just gonna be a matter of, I hate saying it's gonna be a matter of patience, because it's literally our patience being tested over the entire week. And it's like over a week now, because last week too. But anyways, going over here and refreshing the retail sentiment. Retail sentiment is currently 57% long. So with this said, we can be shifting our bias to a bullish bias overall, but currently right now it's just indecisive. So the retail sentiment right here is completely indecisive because it's under 60%. Looking over here at the fundamentals are currently up 212 points, actually it's 180 now, because price is coming back down. So it's currently up 180 points. The fundamentals over here are currently for the most part, they're mostly green, but they're starting to balance out. Chevron is down 10 points, so that's really overhauling a lot of the balance here. Other than that, let me see if there's any updates right here. So that said, it is not a time for countries to sit on the sidelines, U.S. ambassador says to NATO. NATO says, so I mean, everyone's trying to get their input into the war and whatnot, but we'll see how that affects the market. As you can see right here, price is right back to opening price. This blue line right here. It's like price has never gone anywhere, right? This is why you guys don't want to enter trades at random, because if you guys enter trades at random, you might get stopped out. Like for example, if you're chasing the buy here, price comes all the way back down to opening price. And then vice versa, if you chase a sell here, price just comes right back up to opening price. Jonathan said Chevron's down 10 points due to people stealing their gas, right? And the gas prices are crazy right now, like all over the place. All right, so let's see. Price is now ranging within this area, this high and this low. And we'll be looking for the same thing now. I mean, the same thing that we've been looking for. You know, we're looking for price to either break above here and confirm, or for price to do the opposite, breaking below here and confirming from this point. So, I mean, it just really depends on where price is going. But once we have that confirmation, you know, we can possibly look for an entry. Yeah, Talanji said this is crazy. Yeah, no, I agree. It's price is just, I mean, it's playing around. It's going back and forth. So pretty much a back and forth movement right here from open. Let me go and mark up opening price, which is over here at 630. So as you can see, I can probably show you guys here on the cleaner chart. So on the clean chart over here, 630 to 7, 7 to 8. So looking over here, this blue line right here is market open at 6:30, and this line right here is 7 o'clock. So about 30 minutes into the market, you can see that there's no clear direction. Price faked out to the upside, faked out to the downside, now faked back up to the upside, and now it's ranging within this area. So, you know, just looking at price, not really much is going on here. Price is kind of just going back and forth, and it's faking people out. This is why you guys want to be patient and wait for some sort of confirmation. Because if you guys are entering trades at random over here, the odds of you getting caught in some sort of fake out is very likely. And, you know, like Jonathan said, it is Trap Tuesday. I totally forgot about that. So I wouldn't recommend entering anything. So right here, you can see prices right back to opening price again. So generally, if you guys look back during normal market, when price opens right here at opening price, usually price will push very far away from it, either up or below. And that's how we get the bias, because if price pushes up, it's like, all right, we're in a bullish bias. If price pushes below, we're in a bearish bias. But today there's not any push. Price just goes up. It ranges back and forth, but then it just ends up right back at opening price right here. So hopefully you guys are like, hopefully this information is like making sense to you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are getting impatient and you want to just chase trades. But there's really there's no confirmation of direction. Price just keeps going right back to where it was on open. Like Rami said, I'm not taking anything till it breaks and retest either on the low side or the high side. And that's exactly what I'm looking for too. Because the last thing you want to do is get caught chasing a trade and then it ends up reversing on you completely. The problem with the range right here is that the range is pretty wide. It's about 1,000 pips. So this is a 1,000 pip move. If your stop loss is less than 1,000 pips, you can easily get caught on the wrong side and get stopped out very easily, losing a lot of money. You know, your main key during these crazy market conditions is really to conserve your capital, right? You're going to get these crazy movements on some days. Usually it doesn't last this long, but we are in the middle of a war. So, you know, the times are different. But when you have crazy conditions like this, your main goal is to not lose. Because if you don't lose, you just keep stacking your capital and you keep maintaining your capital for a better, you know, a day with better conditions. Other than that, you know, back to the charts over here. Price just broke below this area. So, okay, price has now broken below here, right? Here's the first step of confirmation. It's broken below. We're looking for the retest, which may be this candle right here. And then we need a confirmation of it right back below. If this happens where we have the confirmation, then it'll confirm the bearish bias. But currently right now, there's no confirmation. We still need to confirm this retest. If it closes above here, then it's not going to be a confirmation. It's going to have to retest it again. So it's just going to be a matter of same thing as every day, matter of patience. Okay, so price kind of closed above it. Well, we'll see where it goes from here. Yeah, it's a long-distance trap. So what I'm looking for now, guys, is I'm looking for price to probably close below here. If it closes below here, then maybe I'll start looking for some sells, but I mean, it's being traps placed in both directions all over. Yeah, John said it looks like the 10-minute buy snipe won, but the 10-minute V3 is also winning. So yeah, it looks like the TP over here hit already for the snipe that Maddie was referring to. So the snipe right here already hit TP, and then the V3 right here is actually still pushing. Yeah, it's still pushing down. Yeah, it's long just to the second snipe hit stop loss for the V3 to push below. Yeah, so as you guys can see, there's a lot of uncertainty with these entries. This is why I'm not looking to take any trades right now, because so what John said is that the snipe earlier hit full TP. The V3 here is currently running, but there was also another V3 here that actually hit stop loss. If, you know, so it balanced each other out. One V3 won, one snipe won, the other snipe lost, and the V3 here is currently running. All right, so price closes below this line. It's going to confirm the bearish bias. Let's see if it closes. Looks like it's going to, or not. We'll see. The market's been playing a lot today. Overall, though, okay, there we go. So we do have a bearish bias now at this moment. So we do have the bearish bias. What we need is a retracement signal. So this is fine that prices drop below here. We need some sort of retracement. Once we get that retracement, we can continue riding it down lower. And there we go. We have the confirmation of a bearish bias now. So market is coming down. Looking over here at the fundamentals, let me refresh this. Fundamentals are still up 100 points, but it's now starting to drop below 100 as price continues to lower. Looking over here at retail sentiment is currently still at 57% long. So with that said, we do have a confirmation of a bearish bias, but let's see, Maddie said there's a sessions right below there on the 1 minute. Let me see. Oh, thanks, Maddie. My sessions weren't even turned on. Okay, so actually, there we go. It's right at the sessions right here. So we got to be careful with this Asia session. Price did close below, but it's still a bit risky. I don't like trading around any of these sessions over here. We need price to push down a little lower. And then once it closes below it, then we can confirm the direction. But I mean, there's a lot of areas here that are becoming a bit more risky as we, as we see it. So let me check over here. It looks like some of you guys did post some profits. So Andreas over here and Casey sent some. And which trade did you take, Andreas? Looks like you might have gotten caught in, I'm not sure. Probably the same one that that Emilzon got caught in. Yeah, I'm just seeing your guys' profits right now. at 650. Casey sent his profits locked in 214. So it looks like some of you guys did take buys, some of you guys took some sells. I was trying to see which one did you take, Andreas. Looks like you're typing. I'll wait for you to type it up. All right, other than that, I mean, we're still looking for price to break away from these sessions right here. So price right here is still bouncing around this area. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So Andreas said, I caught the initial speculative sell, bro, on the pullback, unfortunately. So yeah, Andreas got in a little too late, looks like. I mean, it's all good. It happens, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, that's why it's speculative, because market's just kind of crazy at this moment. That's why I don't really go for the bigger pushes. Whenever I have something speculative, I usually just pull out right away. Or, I pull out like at about 100 pips or so to get me a decent profit. But yeah, I mean, it's risky. And that's why I don't consider them, or I don't really tell people to take them as official trades, because there's a lot that can happen unless there's some sort of a specific entry off that. But anyways, looking over at, I mean, pretty much looking at the chart over here, guys, there hasn't really been any V3s. There was some V3s here for a buy that could have worked out. So there was a V3 right here for a buy that could have been taken for about 370 pips. That's one that we looked at earlier, right here for a sell as well. But more recently, there hasn't been any entries that are available at the moment. So if you guys look at everything over here, it's just a couple of I guess invalid entries, because there's no actual V3s here. So there's no V3s, no V1s. The only entry that I can kind of see here that played out earlier would be this pivot scalp, and then this pivot scalp right here as well, depending on which one you guys are applying. But other than that, there's no entries. And there's no, I mean, there's technically a bearish bias, but if price continues to push back up, that bearish bias can be invalidated, and we're going to have to wait for it to, we're just going to have to wait for another one to be established. Let's see. Nick said, for every entry, but speculative ones especially, I always pull up MT4's moving price chart and make an entry at a good time base on that. It'll spike high and low. So if you can find a good entry seconds, just got to make sure it's not high or low before you enter. Yeah, no, I can see that, Nick. I always have my MT4 chart open on my other screen here. So on my third screen, I always have MT4 open. So I'm looking at the entries here. I'm also looking at how MT4 is moving as well, because you can kind of see how price is moving there. I mean, if you look at MT4 right now, I mean, you can see that it's like in a bearish bias. It looks like price is trending to the downside. You can see it clear here on the clean chart, as you can see from this point. Price is obviously in a downtrend, right? So that's why I'm looking for sells. However, price isn't really pushing the direction. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth, which is unfortunate because I'm looking to take some sells here. But yeah, you can see it right there. Yeah, Nick also sent a picture over here. Let me see what Nick sent me. Nice. Yeah, no, definitely. Oh, yeah, I was looking at the little box right there. So I can see, it looks like a double top right there, right? On that side. So it looks like a double top and price is on its way back down. It's just gonna be a matter of time until it does push, push below. Slava said he still has longs open. Nice, Slava. It's pretty dangerous, but yeah, Slava is riding it back and forth. So Slava right now, he's currently up 6,118. So pretty solid work right there, Slava. I do think price is going to come down though. So maybe, move your stop loss in profit if you can. Orain over here sent his profits in as well, locking a total of 803 for the day. So great work right there, Orain. you guys have more profits, feel free to send them in. Otherwise, I mean, there's not really much going on in the market at the moment. You can see prices literally just going back and forth. And this is one way to really identify when price isn't really moving smoothly, is just see where price, like one thing to keep an eye out for is opening price. So that's why I leave this blue line up here. I'm gonna lock it on there. So this blue line right here, this is something to pay attention to, because if price just keeps pushing right back to the blue line, it just indicates that there's there's literally no direction, right? Because price just keeps coming back to opening price. Doesn't matter if price pushes above, comes back below, it still comes right back to that same point. So the thing is, if you just disregard all of the movements and you just watch price come back to this area, it's like price never went anywhere, because this is where price opened right here at 6:30 when the New York Stock Exchange opened. Price pushed above, came back below, pushed above, came back below, and here it is right back above to this blue line. You generally want to be away from this, because this is going to give the bias in the market. But you can see where price goes. It comes right back to where it was originally. Maybe I can show you an area where, let me just go to okay, so let's go over here on the 1 minute, and I'm just going to pull up a random date here. I just want to show you guys an example of when the market is moving kind of normal. All right, we'll go back to like February. I don't even remember when the war happened, but we'll go back to some random day here in February. All right, so same thing happened. Well, I mean, not the same thing, but you can see 6:30 was right here. All right, so as you can see right here, market opened at this point, right? This was on February 21st. So you can see market open right here. Price dropped below, came back and retested right here. But you can see it didn't necessarily keep bouncing around this area, right? Price came up, came down, retested, and then where did it go from there? It literally continued dropping. This is how price normally should be. It shouldn't be moving like this, where price just keeps going back and forth within this area. Price should be having some sort of direction. So a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if this is like before the war happened or beginning of it, but this is how the market should be looking. So if I mark up this point right here, and I'm just trying to show you guys like what normal market conditions look like. This is how it's supposed to look like. Price should be going one direction. So like right here, price comes below, retest, and just continues dropping. So this is from market open till 8 o'clock, right? This is like the live session time. During this period, we could keep taking sells. We take a sell, price retraces up, we take another sell, and then we just keep taking sells as the price continues dropping, right? This is how it should be moving, not how it's moving right here, because it's literally, there's no direction. Price is just going back and forth within opening price. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I just want to make sure that this stuff is making sense and it's not just like, like some BS that you guys don't understand, because there's always going to be some sort of logical explanation as to like why we think market is not moving smoothly. It's not at random. It's just that price isn't really pushing away from opening price. So other than that, I mean, we're still waiting for a confirmation here. I was hoping price would drop. So let's keep an eye out from here. If price does break back above opening price, if it stays below it, then great. We can start looking for some possible sells here, because it looks like there might be a V3 here if this closes as a red candle. The only problem with this is that if it does close below, stop loss is too tight. It's like 200 pips. We have about 15 seconds left on here. And again, right there, no entry. Price is just back to opening price. I'm gonna see if there's any other news here coming up today. I don't think there is. No, there isn't, not for US. Refreshing this real quick. Let's see if there's anything going on with Russia, Ukraine. Yeah, so it says Biden slated to authorize 13.6 billion with a B billion in aid for Ukraine. Man, this is crazy, guys. I mean, I can see why he wants to help with this, but I can see why he wants to help with this, but man, the US is in so much debt. It's a lot of money to be sending over to Ukraine. We will make sure Ukraine has weapons to defend against the invading Russian force. We will send money and food and aid to save Ukrainian lives. Yeah. So NATO is actually having a press conference right now. So this is maybe why market's kind of moving a little weird. Because, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm going to pull it up right now. They're talking about war stuff. So if they're talking about sanctions, the US taking sides, I mean, obviously we're taking sides, but so it says live, NATO Secretary General Jen Stoltenberg holds a briefing on Russia's war in Ukraine. So this could be affecting the market.
And also NATO allies.
This could be affecting the market as to why there's no clear direction, right? And this is why it kind of sucks during, like, trading during wartime could be very positive or it could be very negative. It could be negative because there's a lot of indecisiveness in the market. It can be positive because it causes volatility one direction or the other. The problem with this is that there's no direction. Price just keeps going back and forth. If price would continue pushing up, then great. Or if price continues to push down, great. But the problem with how the market's been moving for the past 2 weeks is that there's no direction. There's volatility. Of course, your volatility price is pushing back and forth, but there's no direction at all. So it's really hard to have a bias in the market. Anyways, back to what I was just looking at over here. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing I can see right now that's affecting market, causing price to go up and down. But again, right here, I wouldn't be surprised if price comes all the way back down from this point. So let me scroll up real quick. Rami's asking, Sean, if you don't get a trade during the live sessions, do you tend to trade after or live to fight another day? LOL. So Rami, for the past, I guess, month or so, I haven't been trading outside of the live session. I only trade during the live session and that's it. And the reason for that is because the market starts to move a little funky after the live session, right? It moves funky during the live session, but even after, the market still moves kind of weird. So for me personally, I haven't been trading Asia. I haven't been trading anytime other than the live session. It's just during the live. So like pretty much all these profits that you guys have seen me take like throughout the entire month or so, like whenever I post profits here, this is all I take. Like I just take these trades and that's it for the day. Same with, the trades that I took this morning. I made a pretty decent amount of profit across all my accounts. So like, I don't take any other trades. I just sit out and I wait for the next day because it's just too risky for us to be taking like some maybe trades, right? That's what I call maybe trades because they're not really good entries. So Nick over here posted his profits locked in 405. Nice work, Nick, off that. And then Slava over here, he closed out his longs and he now switched to shorts. So he's now currently up 7,119 in profit. So Slava here is trading both ways. He's identifying these ranges and just taking trades in both directions, which is great. I mean, you guys could probably do what Slava's doing. It seems like Slava keeps switching up whenever price gets like past, because this is basically going to be the bias. Whenever price passes the opening price right here, which I mean, I don't recommend people do it, but you can see where if whenever this happens in the market, you can literally catch profit. Like if you just have a sell stop here, catch like a couple hundred pips, maybe like 500 pips, and then price pushes back above, another 500 pips, price crosses below, another 500 pips. And this is just all speculation, right? The reason why we can see this is because price just continues to push back and forth between opening price. Like if you went for 500 pips in either direction, price came below 500 pips, 1,000 here, another 500 here, 1,500, and another one here, that's 2,000 pips. just catching these basically back and forth movements. And this is like one of the patterns that you guys can see here. So maybe if like you see price moving like this back and forth, maybe it'd be a good decision to take some trades like that. I mean, who knows? Not something that I would recommend because I don't like giving you guys risky advice or risky entries, but just looking at how the market's moving, that could very well be one of the ways you guys can trade when the market's ranging like this. So other than that, I just saw your message, Randy. Yeah, Anton says that Biden has sus ties with Ukraine. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. John said Biden pretty much destroyed the Russian economy for a century. Yeah, no, definitely. Talanji said literally Cold War, if not World War III. Yeah, I could see that if China joins up with Russia. Other than that, let's see. Sorry, guys, I was looking at your messages here. It looks like maybe Maddie and Henry identified some sort of V3 here. I didn't see it, so it's 726. Pretty sure you might be talking about this right here. Yeah, possible. Oh, let me just replay it. There's probably a V3 there, but it's not one that I would have taken. Yeah, so there was a V3 right there. Looks like the stop loss would have been too tight, so I wouldn't have taken it for that reason specifically. Yeah, it's way too tight. Stop loss is stop loss would have been at 240 pips. Spread right now is 220. So if you were to enter this trade here, you would have been stopped out immediately as soon as you enter the trade. So one reason why I wouldn't have taken it would be because the stop loss is too tight. Second reason would be the fact that there's no confirmation of bias here. Price is above the pivots. I'd probably take it if it was below here, but at the moment right now, I'm definitely not looking for any trades for a sell because it looks like the bias now is going to be bullish, or it just keeps going back and forth. Yeah, Matt said, good thing you're not want that top lick. So if you guys remember earlier, so I mentioned when price was right here breaking above opening price, I mentioned that price might go up and test the liquidity before either coming back down or pushing up further, right? When price reaches this area of liquidity, one of two things can happen. Price will either push above higher or it'll come back down. So that's something to, possibly look out for. There we go. So yeah, CT said, yeah, price is looking for a catalyst supply up here. Definitely. Zachary's asking for the 10-minute daily. Let me take a look real quick. Yeah, no, technically this would be the 10-minute daily right here. The only problem is that it's reaching. Well, I mean, it could probably hit TP before it reaches the sessions over here. Yeah, this is the 10-minute daily at that moment. I consider it to be risky, but I mean, we'll see. Solange said gold is tanking. We'll see where it goes from here. Either price will continue pushing up or it'll fake out and come right back down. I mean, who really knows? What I'm looking for at this moment, so price finally broke above here. What I'm looking for is a retracement. So same pattern that we've been looking for to confirm the bullish or bearish bias. We have a push to the upside right there. We're now looking for a retracement and confirmation push to the upside. Once we have that, then we can probably start looking for some buys out here. Talanji said, our old friend high low on every time frame. Yeah, so there's a high low entry right here. Looks like another high low entry here that could be closing. Yeah, literally on every time frame. If price closes above this area, then we can probably expect it to continue pushing up higher. Here we go. As price starts to drop below, we need to confirm the retest So step one's done. We have the break right here. We're looking for the retest of this area. Once we have the retest, we can confirm it as it pushes up higher from this point. So we'll, we'll see where it goes from there. All right, so here comes the retest. Damn, it's crazy. Time just flew by. It's 7:33 now. I didn't realize it's already 7:33. I thought it was still on the lower side of 7. Let's see if there's anything else here that you guys have sent in. Just post this to the other groups real quick. I also got to save these for our profits for today. All right, so the retest didn't come down fully, but I mean, we'll see where it goes from here. See if it draw a high right here. Price is still pushing down, so it's okay. It can probably come down further for the retest. Nice work, Rami. So Rami over here, he said push the downside of that huge manipulated candle. He locked in a total of about 1,000 for the day. So great work right there, Rami. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. Nick just sent in his profits too, locked in 405. So great work right there too, Nick. All right, here goes a retest. So as I mentioned, this is why I told you guys not to hop in right away. You got to wait for the confirmation. Let's see if it, so it's actually really close. And here we go for the fake out. Price might come all the way back down. Solange's asking, anyone taking this V3? See where it goes from there. Let's see. So Matt's asking, where's Isaac lately? So Isaac isn't really active in the group anymore. We had this discussion before. I was telling you guys, like, people just like to heckle people a lot. Whenever people post big profits, they like to attack them and basically, people will hate regardless. Like, so whenever you see people posting like a lot of profits in the group, they just get bothered too much. Like, people want to ask them all these questions and a lot of, and they just get heckled by like other people in the group. So I still talk to Isaac, but Isaac has chosen to be silent in the group because there's just people that heckle him all the time, which, I mean, it sucks, but there's always going to be some haters no matter where you guys go. I'm not going to point out the people who did it, but it is what it is. But yeah, you're probably not going to see Isaac in the group anymore, or not. You're not going to see him posting profits or like be active in the group because you just get people hating all the time, right? People see somebody doing well and they just want to call out like a bunch of stuff, and it just, you can't do anything to stop these people. So it is what it is, but whatever. Yeah, if you guys are wondering where Isaac is, he's around, but he's just silently around. He's still trading. He's just not actively posting the group anymore, which happens. People come and go. Maybe he'll come back and start posting again, but he doesn't want to be bothered by people because people ask too many questions and it takes away from his focus with trading. So we'll see. He'll be back in a couple of months if like I just saw your messages right there. I see hikers and pikers and campers. Matt said, dang, people need to chill. That's why VIP groups are formed. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's crazy because the same people that are just hating on other people are the same people I mean, they're not really in this group as much anymore either. I think they got the hint that they were causing unnecessary drama. Anyways, price is now ranging within this area. Not really much to look at the moment. The bullish confirmation there didn't really play out because price did come back below here. So we need to look for another confirmation here. Price is now ranging within this area. We're looking for price to either come above for a retest and pushing up further, or below. If you guys are in the chat, you guys saw it. Nick just put Nick said, except when Rick's here, that guy fucking sucks. Oh man, it's too funny. I don't think Rick's here right now. And Rick's funny. Rick just well, Rick's like another one of the guys that people hate on too. Like it's just like Rick likes to gamble. And the thing is, he knows his problem is gambling. So he understands that it's because Rick will pass his account, he'll get funded, and then he'll blow it like the next day. He's been doing that like over and over for a while. So, but the thing is, like, the difference with Rick is that Rick understands that he knows that that's his problem. It's not like he's doing it blindly, and he's not like blaming K2 or blaming anybody that he's losing. He knows he's losing because he's making bad decisions with trading. So, that's the difference between the two. Like, you'll get a couple people in the group. You'll get some people who lose and just want to find somebody or something to blame for everything. And then you'll have Rick here who will lose, but understands that he's the problem while he's losing. So there's two different types of people. And I'm sure you guys have found yourself in that, within those two categories from time to time. Like, we've had a lot of people in K2 who would always blame me or blame K2 or blame the strategies for losing. But then when we go over their trades, they would realize that they were the reason why they were losing. So it just comes with like really coming down to your senses and understanding, why you're losing and how to fix that. So, all right, Anton, we'll see you later. But there's nothing really much to take here, guys. Price is going into a heavy range again right here. Or not really heavy range, but consolidation. This range is currently $550 pips. Not a big range, but it's still ranging within an area, depending on how big your stop loss or TP is. This range could be a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah, exactly. Peter said the range before the drop, maybe. And that's kind of what I see happening too, because overall, I'm still looking for, like, here's the thing. Price has been, like, the liquidity right here has still not been triggered, right? All the liquidity from this morning. So I do expect price to come back down. It might drop like it did yesterday. So if you guys remembered yesterday, most of you guys were here yesterday, right? So if you guys remembered my analysis from yesterday, price was in the same place, like right here, and we had a ton of liquidity over here. So what I was telling people is, like, don't take any more buys, look for sells. And what happened as soon as we got offline, it did exactly what I said would happen. Price went all the way down. And I'll mark it up over here just to show you guys, because that analysis played out perfectly. And I'll mark it up exactly at 8 o'clock. So yesterday, the 14th over here at 8 o'clock, right? So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to rewind it exactly to 8 o'clock. The market's actually doing exactly what happened yesterday. So let me just clean it up a little bit. And I'll show you what happened yesterday. So yesterday, price was pushing up exactly how it was doing today. However, the overall bias was to sell for the entire day. Price just hadn't dropped below. I marked up all of the areas of liquidity right here. And I told you guys, don't take any more buys, right? I was like, all right, don't take any more buys. Price is going to have to drop. Just go ahead and mark up the areas of liquidity and identify when price comes back below. That's exactly how market is right here, right? You have a ton of liquidity right here, and price is overextended to the top side. If you look at how price played out yesterday, it was exactly 8 o'clock. As soon as we got off the live at 8 o'clock, look what happened. Price kept going, and then it dropped all the way down. And my analysis played out perfectly. So if you guys followed my analysis yesterday and didn't take any more buys and just look for sells, price came all the way down to the bottom of liquidity right there. Like literally straight down. So that's kind of what I see happening again today. It's not a trade that I'm looking to take because obviously I'm not looking to take anything risky, but there's a ton of liquidity here. So I do expect price to come down. I don't know when it'll come down, but it's going to come down eventually. Maybe it'll come down right after, or maybe it'll come down at 9 or 10 during the mid-market reversal, but eventually I do expect it to come back down. Tom said, JK got ice cream. Yeah, ice cream sounds good right now. It's a cracked market. Thanks, Remy. Remy said sentiment is now 55% long. So if sentiment continues to drop below here or continues to drop, the bias can change, but I still do think price can come below. I think at this point right now, people like the market makers and institutions are looking to trap some more buyers. But yeah, eventually I do think it's going to come back down. Might not come down anytime soon, but I do see eventually it's going to come back down. So something to keep an eye out for and look out for possibly. But anyways, let me just go back to this and put this back on higher time frame. Let's see. Anton said he's got 1 hour order block at 33,366. 33,000. Gotcha. It's a little higher. You see, you got an order block above there. Yeah, I could see that. Anton said if it's V3s off that, I'm shorting to 0, right? Rami said hopefully Fed news shakes the market up a little bit tomorrow. Yeah, no, I agree. Same here. I thought the inflation news today would have shaken up the market, but it didn't really shake it up at all. The crazy thing too is that the inflation news was negative. And this is why I'm still expecting price to come back down, right? Because all the news this morning was negative. But if you go back to the chart over here, this is where news happened and price never corrected back down, right? Price has been pushing up. So I do expect it to correct back down at some point, all the way back down to news price right there, at least, at the very least, and possibly even lower than that. So something to, obviously keep an eye out for. It's 7:46 right now. So if you guys have any questions or want me to cover anything, feel free to let me know. If you guys missed the mentoring session yesterday, it was pretty good. We went on for about 2 hours. So if you guys haven't seen the mentoring session from yesterday, feel free to go and check. One thing to keep in mind is that NATO is still speaking right now. So, this is probably causing a lot of uncertainty in the market as we continue on. But let me go over here real quick and show you guys, for if you guys aren't familiar with like where to find the mentoring session from yesterday. Just go to the YouTube channel, and then if you go to videos right here, the second video right here that was posted about 15 hours ago, it says K2 mentoring session. This is where you'll find the mentoring session from yesterday. So we went on for about 2 hours yesterday, covered a lot of good questions. If you guys haven't watched it, it's probably be a good watch for you guys to see a lot of the details that we covered. I went over a lot of details regarding the V3 and then a lot of other questions that members here had, where we detailed a lot of the variation strategies. So other than that, let's see, Russian missile strikes residential building in Kharkiv. Yeah. So another residential building here hit in Kharkiv. Kyiv was hit yesterday and then Kharkiv again today. It's pretty crazy. And I can't even imagine that. Imagine like you guys having to stay in a bunker for like days on end. It's pretty crazy. Other than that, let's see. Someone said trading in a bunker sounds nice. Well, I mean, if you have good internet, I'm pretty sure the internet down there sucks because you're like underground. But Anton said buy bunker, Sean. Right? Whenever World War III starts, Yeah, Peter said dial up internet speeds. Worse. But yeah, guys, I mean, this market sucks. I was hoping we'd have a better market today. I'm hoping tomorrow is going to be for sure better. I know the Fed's speaking tomorrow, so I'm expecting it to be a lot better than it was today. There's again today, there was no clear direction. It's really unfortunate that we got caught. And so the problem with this here is that I think price does want to come down, but with all the news happening, like with all the Russia Ukraine news happening, it's pushing price up. There's no really reason for price to really be pushing up like that. Looking over here at the indexes, everything here is pretty much super bullish for like no apparent like specific reason. I mean, obviously, like when inflation goes up, it's usually not good for the economy. And it went up pretty much. I say the wholesale inflation climbed 0.8% February, lower than the estimate, but still up 10% from last year, which is pretty high. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really see anything here to really push price up that high. I don't think there's earnings coming up anytime soon, or none that like really affect any of our indices over here. But let me just refresh this real quick. Chevron's still down. Home Depot's up. McDonald's is up. A couple of these are up here. Yeah, no, Anton said manipulated pump, then dump to zero. Yeah, no, and I could see that. Like I could see price dumping right back down at least to so you can see right here where price is currently ranging. If price breaks below here and retests and confirms, I do expect it to come down at least to opening price right here, but even better, down to news price right here. So overall, I do see this happening. You can see the candles here getting smaller and smaller. Price is starting to squeeze. So as price starts to squeeze over here, it's going to get tighter for a pretty big drop to the downside, which is what I see happening eventually. Price it hasn't corrected yet to news price over here, which I do expect it to. I was expecting it to right here. I thought price was actually going to drop to news price, but it didn't. It just faked out to the upside. And then now it's kind of just ranging around this area. Anton said, man, this really isn't moving. Yeah, I know exactly. It's not moving at all. If you guys can see right here, if you measure it from current time until when it entered the range over here, for like the past 20 minutes or so, price hasn't been moving at all. Yeah, Rami said, I think I'll save capital for tomorrow. NATO is speaking. It's only delaying the dumps. And I agree. Same here. Patrick said, we need to make enough capital so we can build this K2 rocket ship and leave this joint, right? Right. Sets Mars. Jennifer said they have satellite internet. It's better than anything we have. No, I can see that. But the problem with having satellite internet and being in a bunker is that there's so much stuff between you and the satellite that you don't have a good connection. So I do have friends that are international and do have satellite internet. It doesn't work as good when you're in a bunker because you're covered by so much metal and stuff. So you can't really get connection down to the bottom. Yeah, like Jonathan said, he said it's like a firewall. And same with like Anton said, it's a tinfoil bunker. All right, so NATO has finished. Looks like, or we'll see who's going to speak after.
Thank you. I'm wondering whether you can say whether the NATO alliance has seen.
So it's still going to be a Q&A. I don't think he's done just yet, but he's going to be done probably soon, hopefully. Yeah, so here you go. The dump it might be coming at this point. It's 7:52 right now though, so as it gets closer to 8, I don't think I'm looking to take any more trades, but yeah, I mean technically the dump might be coming right now. Yeah, this is a double confluence. The only difference here is that there's no red trend meter here, so it's not a triple confluence, but it is a double. So price has dropped below here. We need to see if price will retest this area. I'm looking for a retest. And then after that, I want price to close below this line right here. So break belows happen. Here goes a retest right here for the second step. Third step is gonna be confirmation of a drop below. So we need this candle here to close. Once it closes, we can confirm if it's gonna continue dropping or not. We'll see how big this candle was. All right. Not horrible, but see where it goes from here. So there goes all right, perfect. So we have the break, the retest. We need a confirmation of it closing below here. And I think price will continue dropping if that does happen. So keep an eye out for it. Yawning. Spread's not that bad either. Spread's still at 110. So spread is not that heavy. It's actually pretty decent. See where it goes from here. So we're basically just looking for price to close below this low here. If price closes below the low, then it'll confirm the bearish bias, and then maybe it'll continue dropping. You know, about 10 seconds left on this candle. So let's see where it closes. Let's see. Looks like volatility just died down again. So not much movement. There you go with price breaking below. It hasn't closed below it though. So you guys want to wait for that close. The close is going to be the key catalyst in confirming whether the bearish bias is confirmed or not. Over to the clean chart real quick. All right, so price is just ranging within this area. No confirmation of the break and close below yet. Still back into this range. Man, if price closes back above here, I'm done for the day pretty much. Another fake out right here, guys. So this is why I was telling you guys to wait for the confirmation of it closing below here. If you guys did hop in and didn't wait for the close, you'd be in some drawdown right now. Not a lot of drawdown, but you still would be in some drawdown right now. This is why you got to wait for it to actually close below here. Yeah, Rami said, I think eventually it will, but it may take a while. I think I'm done for the day. And same here. There isn't much movement now. Price will just move a little bit to lure people in. Like whenever people see these spikes in price, people hop into these trades thinking that price is going to continue dropping or continue pushing up. The problem is, like, as soon as people enter these trades, price doesn't continue doing anything. And you just end up getting caught in a long range, praying that price will go in your direction. All right, so I think I'm done for the day. It looks like price is not going to be coming back down. It looks like it will probably close above here. And then if so, and when it does, it's this bearish bias here has been invalidated. So, all right, guys, unfortunately, it looks like this session today was kind of trash again, just like yesterday. I mean, it feels like a repeat of last week, which sucks. I haven't been in a slump, not really a slump like this because I'm still making profit. I'm taking speculative trades. Been in a slump where I haven't had any like official entries to take in some time. Usually we have at least like a decent trade by now, but I think tomorrow would be a better day. Tomorrow the Fed is, so NATO is still speaking. So as they're still speaking right now,
of the Ukrainian armed forces.
you're probably not going to see any clear movement. So With NATO still speaking at the moment, you're probably not going to see very much clear movement. You're going to see some more of this consolidation range, maybe some fake outs. But tomorrow, I do expect to see a bit of more movement because we do have the Fed day tomorrow. We have tomorrow morning pre-market, we have core retail sales, we have retail sales, and then at 7, we have business inventories, NAHB housing market index, then crude oil inventories at 7:30, and then at 11, we have the Fed speaking pretty much all morning. Hopefully our boy Jay Powell speaks tomorrow because they'll probably push price one direction or the other, but I'm pretty sure he will speak because the Fed is going to be speaking tomorrow and he'll be one of their main speakers. Here we go. As price starts to dump, this is exactly what we're looking for, right? Price is now starting to dump, but it's getting close to 8. So I think I'm just going to hold off on it. I do think price will come back down. I know it'll come back down possibly to opening price right here, and then possibly even further to news price over here. But the last thing I want for you guys to do is get caught in these fake outs, because this might be a fake out right here. I do think price is going to drop, but the thing is NATO is still speaking. So you guys want to be very careful with entering these trades here. It looks like he's going to be speaking for a while. Let me see if I can refresh this. Because it does look like he's still talking. I can even skip the ad. All right, anyways, back to the charts over here. You can see that there's, this is why you guys don't want to just chase trades for no reason. If you chase the trade right here, you'd be in some massive drawdown. Not that massive, but you'd be in some pretty heavy drawdown. But anyways, NATO is still speaking, so I'd be very careful if you guys do plan on entering any trades. I'd probably wait until he's done speaking. So it is 8 o'clock, guys. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to cut this session. Not necessarily short, but just cut it off because I don't want you guys to be taking anything too risky right now, especially when it's not a good time. If I don't feel comfortable taking a trade, you guys shouldn't feel comfortable either. It's all about discipline and waiting for, the better conditions for you guys to take entries. Anyways, there's no entries that are available at the moment. So either way, there'd be nothing for you to take, even if you wanted to. But other than that, guys, I think you guys should probably just sit out the market. Wait until tomorrow for the market to smoothen out a bit. Looking over here, I already have everything kind of marked up. You guys can see from 6:30 to 7, there's no clear direction. Again, right here from 7 to 8, there's no clear direction either. Price kind of faked out. It dropped right here, and it came back up, and then now it's coming back down. So there's no clear direction here at all with regard to time, because usually when you mark up times, like for example, I like to mark up times by the hour. So from like 6:30 to 7, market open. 7 to 8, I would like to see some sort of direction there. 8 to 9, I'm expecting some sort of direction. 10 to 12, I'm usually seeing like a mid-market reversal. So, and you can see price is now pushing all the way back up. So I would just be careful. Yeah, even Matthew said, took the 5-minute V3 sell and got kicked out at break even. I'm done. LOL, this sucks. Yeah, and Charles said, market has been so ass these days. I'm done. Yeah. So, all right, guys, if you guys want to continue trading, I do recommend probably lowering your lot size and, sticking to solid trades. However, if you don't need to trade, I would recommend just sitting out the market and waiting till tomorrow. I know I said that yesterday and we were hoping it was going to pick up today, but the market's doing what it needs to do before it starts to smoothen out. So other than that, guys, I will catch you guys tomorrow for the next live session. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. But if you guys don't need a trade today, I recommend just sitting out. I'm not going to take any trades. So, it's probably a cue to you guys not to take any trades either and wait for some better conditions in the market. So other than that, guys, I will see you guys